2 years after the brutal shooting of prominent shirts businessman Henry Gutierrez Jr. at his home, police are still searching for breakthrough evidence about who pulled the trigger. And Schlitterbahn Water Park's co-owner Jeffrey Wayne Henry has been arrested in connection with the 2016 decapitation death of a 10-year-old at the New Braunfels Company's Kansas City Park. Good morning. Those are your headlines from ExpressNews.com. I'm Chance Dorland with your Express News briefing for Tuesday, March 27th. Brought to you this morning by the San Antonio Express News. The anguish among those close to Henry M. Gutierrez Jr. over his fatal shooting in late 2015 is compounded by the lack of tangible progress in catching the prominent businessman's killer, with family and friends fearing the case may have been mishandled by local police, who delayed seeking the Texas Rangers' assistance in solving the high-profile crime. The 71-year-old shirts businessman was found dead inside his home the day before Christmas 2015, with a blanket draped over his body after Gutierrez failed to appear at a meeting about selling bare waste to Republic Services, a deal that went through after his death. A $75,000 reward by Crime Stoppers, one of the largest to be offered in Texas, has not generated any breakthrough tips about who killed the owner of Bare Waste, which held contracts with several area municipalities. But Shirts Police Lieutenant Thad Sawecki, the third local investigator to lead the case, says potential leads continually surface as he and Texas Ranger Joey Evans unravel new details of Gutierrez's colorful life. A bachelor known for his generosity and laid-back manner, Gutierrez was a multimillionaire with multiple girlfriends and houses. In addition to running the garbage company, he also was the hands-on owner of 3 funny cars that competed nationally on the pro drag racing circuit. The bulk of his $14.6 million estate was inherited by his children, Miguel and Adrienne Gutierrez. At the time of his slaying, he was locked in a lawsuit with a longtime acquaintance and former business partner over the ownership of Bare Waste. Gutierrez also had complained about being pressured for cash, meals, and other benefits by a municipal official in his firm's service area, but authorities say he opted not to pursue an investigation. Shirts Police Lieutenant Thad Sawecki says further complicating the murder probe is the fact that a good number of Bare Waste's roughly 80 employees had criminal histories, noting that while none of them point to the 71-year-old's death, a lot of employees don't want to speak to authorities. Schlitterbahn Water Park's co-owner Jeffrey Wayne Henry was arrested Monday in connection with the 2016 decapitation death of a 10-year-old at the New Braunfels Company's Kansas Park. According to an online inmate listing, Henry was jailed Monday in Cameron County on an arrest warrant out of Kansas on charges including murder, 12 counts of aggravated battery, and 5 counts of aggravated endangerment of a child. Schlitterbahn says it will fight the allegations and has confidence that once the facts are presented, it will be clear that what happened on the ride was an unforeseeable accident. Henry co-owns Schlitterbahn with his 2 siblings and is the second Schlitterbahn executive to be arrested on charges in the August 2016 death of Caleb Thomas Schwab, who died while riding a 168-foot slide at Schlitterbahn's Kansas City Park. The 10-year-old was decapitated when he hit a hoop that held protective netting on the ride's second hill. A grand jury has indicted Schlitterbahn and the company's former director of operations, 29-year-old Tyler Austin Miles, on 1 count of involuntary manslaughter, a dozen counts of aggravated battery, 5 counts of aggravated endangerment of a child, and 1 count of interfering with law enforcement by concealing evidence. Miles was also charged with allegedly giving false information to a detective. Miles pleaded not guilty to the charges during a court hearing Friday afternoon after turning himself into authorities in Kansas City. A March 23rd indictment names Henry as the visionary and designer of the slide and outlines a pattern of alleged behavior, accusing the 62-year-old of ignoring warnings that the ride was unsafe for riders. The document also details alleged actions taken by the New Braunfels Company and its employees to silence subordinates and cover up evidence of injuries to park visitors caused by the ride. In addition to these headlines, Express News reporters are working on new stories. including a vision for new buildings planned at the site of last year's Sutherland Springs mass shooting, soon to be unveiled by First Baptist Church pastor Frank Pomeroy. And that's your Express Briefing for Tuesday, March 27th from expressnews.com. Brought to you this morning by the San Antonio Express News. I'm Chance Dorland.